Hey there folks, welcome back for day 8 of the 30 Days of Banjo. What I just played is what we're going to learn today. It's called a slide. And we're going to apply it to a roll pattern that we already know, so it's going to be easier than you might think. So first things first, what is a slide? Well, it's pretty simple. All it is playing a note and then sliding up to another note. And there are some technical things that we want to go over here, but at the basis of it all, that's really all it is. You can really slide from any note to any other note. But of course, we want to be more controlled about it because we want to have some sort of musical statement that we're making. So let's start by doing it exactly like this. Take your middle finger on your left hand, put it on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Then, with your thumb, play that note. And then, while you're keeping pressure on that string, slide up to the 3rd fret. If you leave the pressure off of that, then you're going to get this. It's not going to ring. You don't want that. If you do too much pressure, you're going to hear something kind of weird as you're sliding. It's a little bit too much there. So just normal pressure, nothing crazy, nothing too much, just... And like I said before, you can slide from any note to any other note. But let's keep it simple for now. That's all you need to worry about. You can practice sliding other notes, like from 2 to 3 on every other string. But if you really want to, you can also just practice this. You can practice doing it quickly or slowly. Either way, you probably want to make the actual slide that you're doing happen pretty quickly, because if I go slowly, then the note dies. So I can actually hold this note longer if I want to, and then slide. Just make that slide happen as quickly as you can. Now let's actually put this in an example of something that might sound a little bit like music. You're going to do that exact slide, do it quickly, and then you're going to incorporate that into your alternating thumb roll. It's going to sound like this. The way you might want to think about this is that we're replacing the first note of the alternating thumb roll, which sounds like this. We're replacing that with this slide. So if you can, try to think of these two separate things as happening on their own. Your right hand has already been practicing these roll patterns, so you can actually just do that a little more easily than if you had to really think about every note individually, hopefully. As for this slide, there's not really that much to it. So once you have that sounding kind of the way that you want it to, it's not too hard to just put them in order. And you're probably just going to want to loop this over and over again until you can hear both the slide and the rest of the roll pattern. Some of the pitfalls include the note not actually getting all the way to the next fret and still ringing. Some of the reasons we talked about before were, not pressing down hard enough or sliding too slowly. It's just not quite what you want. So you want to do a quick slide with a normal amount of pressure. Great. The other thing that can happen is that your 2nd string can get muted. That's because this finger might be covering it up. So you want to arch that finger more. You don't want to do this. You probably never want to do this ever, actually. But you want to arch the finger itself so that it's not covering up your string. So try it again. Finger arched. Normal amount of pressure. So that's all the new material for this lesson. So you want to make sure that you're practicing that. But you also should be practicing the version of Boil That Cabbage Down from yesterday's lesson. And as you can imagine, we're going to be combining all of these things in the future. So you want to be comfortable with both things if you can. The featured banjo player for this lesson is Alan Mundy. He's an interesting banjo player because he, like J.D. Crowe, played with Jimmy Martin and played lots of great traditional bluegrass, but he also plays in the melodic style like Bill Keith. He's one of the early banjo players to do both equally well. So enjoy the playlist in the description. And of course, if you don't mind, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and like this video. That's a huge thing that you can do to help me make more of these videos. So if you do that, I really appreciate it. Anyway, that's all for this lesson, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 9 of the 30 Days of Banjo.